Sony got under fire yesterday about their upcoming game Detroit and how it features child abuse and domestic violence. Now, I have a cold, I'm probably dying, and I'm sweating as recording this, but I kind of had to talk about this because what a lot of companies and what a lot of even a member of the UK Parliament and children's campaigners have spoken out about the upcoming game, saying it's not good. They're like trivializing the beating of children. It's because it's in the game, when they have no issues with it when it comes to top movies about child abuse / domestic violence. See, this book even has a 7.7. This one has a 7.6, and these are all movies about like domestic violence and or child abuse. I haven't read any of these. Maybe I should have. Maybe I'm just making an ass of myself. Like, games are often narrative experience, and they're telling a story. That's the art of video games often, as it is with movies, songs, books, comics, all that stuff. It's a platform for telling a story, and what these companies have suggested to Sony is to, hey, just get fucking rid of that scene, or just don't release the goddamn game. Now, this is where censoring starts to become a topic. Hopefully Sony won't pull the scene from the game. They might do because of the backlash, but hopefully they won't, because if they do, they would start censoring their own content, and that could start becoming a problem. Since it is a game, it's being held to a different standard than most other medias. Like a book, you can just read through, you're done, you read the story. A movie, you sit there, you're like a spectator, you can't do anything. With a game, you are often a person who interacts with the world and or actions that are on screen. That's what games are. You control a character and you do shit. The problem here is, I don't think the game will like have a little fucking have a little have a little mini game where you like beat the shit out of a 10-year-old or whatever. I don't think that's gonna be I don't think that's the case. If it is, that's fucked up. You need help, Sony. But I don't think, in no way in hell is that a thing. The whole story is based on you potentially saving this kid. It might go wrong, that's the story, you make your own story. And since it's a game, they're being held to this like interactive standard, and that's okay. But their whole spiel was that they trivialized childhood abuse and domestic violence, letting the child abusers, they will like feed off this and be like, hey, I can do this now, this is okay. And like, match this up with games like The Last of Us, where you can play Ellie. I think she's like 13. You can actively get Ellie killed by just running into enemies. You can fucking have her goddamn throat ripped open by the enemies. And that wasn't like a big deal apparently. But when it comes to this one, it's certainly a problem. Now I get the issue that it's more grounded in reality, Oh my god, it's so realistic. This could happen, and yeah, of course it's happening as we fucking speak. But you know what? You can still make a story about it. You don't need to censor yourself to show the story of this happening. Why is it okay in movies, songs, books, anything except for games where you might be a part of the world? Do they think, is this still a part of the old goddamn conspiracy theories that, if you let your kids play violent games like the Grand Theft Autos, they will become murderers? Because if that's the case, that's saying this has to be eradicated. I'm not saying people won't grow up to be sick fucks. That can happen, but you don't see this standard being held to movies and books. That's basically what I'm saying. I have a fever. I'm trying not to die over here. So that's my little ramble about it. Don't pull this game, Sony. Don't censor it. You can tweak it if you want, but I mean, me personally, I don't have a problem with it. We know it's fiction, and hopefully, as the creator said, they want to make an experience. They want you to feel something, even if it's bad, even if it's good, and that's a part of the experience. That's a part of every media. You want to feel something, even if it's good or bad. You don't have to feel only good stuff in video games. Video games can tell deep, fucking dark stories, man. Dark. Just look at the beginning of. I'm gonna pull up fucking Last of Us 1 again. In the beginning, you're fucking. Oh, spoiler alert. Okay, I'm gonna give you into the count of one. in the beginning, your fucking kid is shot, and that's like, what? And that was sad. Nobody bat an eye because it was sad. They haven't seen this game yet, and we didn't know beforehand in The Last of Us that the game would take that turn. So when that scene came around and they did it well, nobody bat an eye. I think the problem here was that Sony showed off this scene without any context. It was just like snippets of, hey, if you do things wrong, the kid dies, or if you do things right, the dad dies, or you die, or you fuck up, or everybody dies and the zombies arrive, or whatever. But I think the marketing on that one was a bit weird. I can get behind that, but come on, get a fucking grip. That's all I had to say. What do you think? If you want to talk about it, there's like a comment section down below. According to myths, wow, my fucking Norwegian mouth can't say stuff like that, so I'm gonna leave. I will smell you later, and thank you for watching.